Meet the Berlin Conference, where Europe divided Africa without asking Africans. It took place from 1884 to 1885 in Berlin, Germany. 14 nations attended the talks. Major powers included Britain, France, Germany, and Portugal. Leaders gathered in Chancellor Otto von Bismarck's office. The goal was to regulate European colonization in Africa. They called it the Scramble for Africa. Africa was rich in resources like gold, rubber, and ivory. European nations wanted a share of the wealth to avoid war among themselves. They set ground rules. Countries claimed the land by notifying others and showing control. No. African leaders were invited to the conference. Africa's future was decided without African voices. Boundaries were drawn with rulers and maps. Traditional kingdoms and ethnic groups were split apart. Rival tribes were forced into the same colonies. The Congo Free State was recognized as King Leopold II's private territory. Leopold exploited Congo's rubber with brutal violence. Millions of Congolese died under his rule. The conference accelerated colonization across Africa. By 1900, almost all of Africa was under European control. Britain took large areas from Cairo to Cape Town. France claimed huge territories in West and Central Africa. Germany grabbed colonies in East Africa, Cameroon, and Namibia. Portugal held Angola and Mozambique. Belgium controlled the Congo. Italy and Spain took smaller colonies. Colonial powers ignored African cultures and traditions. They imposed European laws, languages, and economies. Africans resisted, but were overpowered by modern weapons. Colonial exploitation fueled Europe's industrial growth. Africa paid the price in suffering and division. The Berlin Conference left lasting scars. Borders drawn and still shape Africa. Today, conflicts in the 20th century often trace back to those lines. Tribal wars, civil wars, and ethnic clashes were fueled by colonial borders. African independence movements rose in the 20th century. Leaders like Kwame Nkrumah fought to undo colonial rule. By the 1960s, most African nations gained independence, yet the legacy of Berlin's conference remained. Economic struggles and political instability followed. Europe's partition of Africa left deep wounds. Historians call it one of the darkest diplomatic events. It symbolizes greed and exploitation masked as diplomacy. The Berlin Conference redrew Africa. Without consent, a continent's destiny was decided in a European boardroom. The effects still echo across Africa today.